Okay, TUI Group, you're a German travel company that started out as a mining company?
Yes, it is exactly what we did. You know, it's the natural way you run a business.
No. Also, you're a German company that was founded in the 20s. I take it you...
Yeah, we made things that go boom for those bad guys during that thing we don't want to talk about.
Okay, but that was the last time you made weapons of mass destruction, right?
Well, we may have given phosphorus oxychloride to somebody.
That's one of the base chemicals in sarin gas. Who did you give these to?
Oh, you know, just Saddam Hussein and Muammar Gaddafi.
Why?
Yeah, that's when we got out of the mining game. We were like, you know what? We're not good at picking people to sell things to. And unfortunately, it hasn't gotten much better.
What do you mean?
Well, in 2009, we made a whole bunch of investment in two countries we thought would be really fun to travel to together. It was Russia and Ukraine. We've since sold off the Russian part.
Hey, buddy, did you hear that Gaston Glock died?
What? The guy who inseminated my horse? Oh, mein Guter.
No, that is not what he's known for. He's the guy who made all those handguns. What are you talking about?
The racehorse guy made handguns? But he was too busy making other horses.
No, the guy whose name sounds like a Disney villain made weapons. That was his thing.
You know what? That actually makes the song make a lot more sense.
What song?
The incredibly famous Disney song about him? No one makes Glocks like Gaston. Strokes horse that sings it rhymes with Glocks like Gaston.
Please stop.
Dang, what a legend who put all of his life into figuring out how to shoot things into other things.
Hey, Patagonia, you make really cool clothing that's good in any environment and for the environment. How do you do it?
Yeah, we test a lot of our gear with the people that go anywhere.
Oh, like adventurers, explorers, hikers?
No, the United States Special Forces Command.
How did that start?
So we were selling $400 jackets to rich people, and then we were like, wait, who's the richest person we know? We were like, oh, obviously, the U.S. government.
But why?
Well, we wanted to make gear for any weather and location, and nobody goes more places than the U.S. Special Forces. So whether it's the mountains of Afghanistan or the jungles of Colombia, we got you.
Yeah, well, that's certainly effective.
Yeah, so just know when our special forces bust into a compound in Islamabad, Pakistan, they're going to be comfier than all of their enemies.
Hey, Saab, you used to make cars, right, buddy?
Yeah, but that didn't go well, so we went back to making the things we used to make.
What did you used to make?
Oh, you know, just military aircraft. We have fighters and bombers and spy planes. We even have UAVs now.
Is that it?
We also made a radar system we called the Giraffe, because it looks like a giraffe.
Well, at least none of those things go boom.
Oh, you need things that go boom? We make a ton of missiles. We're talking surface-to-air missiles, anti-ship missiles, air-to-ground missiles. Boeing had this bomb they wanted to fly. We made it fly.
Did you make anything for just regular people?
Oh, you mean the infantry? We love those guys. And we heard that they hated tanks, which is convenient because we also hated tanks. So we just made an absurd amount of shoulder-mounted anti-tank weapon systems for the guy on the go.
Your cars would have dominated the American market if you just would have handed one of these out with every purchase.
That's what we suggested, but our legal team said that's not an appropriate way to deal with road rage.
Saab, who you might know as the former car company, creates almost the entire Swedish military. They're like IKEA, but for death. They will show you how to put together these fun parts that end in a murder for you. It's insane. And yes, the Navy aspect is even crazier because first off, they're made by something called Saab Kockums, and that just makes me laugh. But their submarines are so advanced, no other country can match it. It is insane. You wouldn't think, oh yeah, Sweden's got the best submarines, but they do. And they're so stealthy. The Gotland-class submarine in 2005 did war games with the U.S., was able to do multiple attack runs on U.S. ships, including an aircraft carrier, would have sunk it if it hadn't just been war games, and was never spotted once. This thing shows up on sonar, as like a moderately sized school of fish. It's a submarine! It's crazy and amazing. So man, Saab went from cars to making recoilless rifles, continued to make aircraft, and then we're like, you know what? We're gonna make the most stealthy submarine with our group Kockums.
Hey, Nokia, you make indestructible phones that are more sturdy than most tanks, but you were founded in 1865, a month after the U.S. Civil War ended. What did you make then?
We started out as a regular paper mill, and then we just let the ADHD take over, and boom, we did everything. So we did other paper products, aluminum, plastics, personal computers. We did boots. I'm unclear if it was with or without the fur. And then we even did tires for like cars and bikes.
Wow, you guys have done everything. Why'd you get out of tires?
Because we make indestructible products, and if we had indestructible tires, that is not a sustainable market practice.
Did you make anything for the military?
Yeah, we did radio communications devices for Finland that could probably also be used to beat people to death. And that all kind of made sense. We also did gas masks. Doesn't make any sense.
Why didn't you guys make body armor, just a chest plate that holds a bunch of your phones? Literally nobody would ever die again.
Yeah, that was definitely a huge missed opportunity. And in 2012, we sold off our phones to Microsoft, but now we kind of make new ones with HMD. What I'm trying to say is if you see an astronaut drop his phone, it survives re-entry and the impact, it's probably one of our older models.
Hey, Twinings, a lot of other teas seem to be cults. You're not a cult, are you?
No, we were just founded by a guy named Thomas Twinning. He just really liked tea.
That is so good to hear. You guys didn't do anything horrific, did you? Oh, by the way, when were you founded?
Oh, 1706.
Oh no, that time period almost always comes with really bad things. You guys weren't, like, directly related to any of it, were you?
Well, actually, fun fact that's less fun, one of our directors also became the director of the East India Company, and he may have also owned shares in the Royal African Company.
Well, we've all heard of the East India Company. For a trading company, weird that you guys had 260,000 soldiers at its peak. Also, I'm just taking a guess that the Royal African Company didn't just trade goods with Royal Africans, did it?
Well, technically, it was set up to trade mostly in gold. It just did not trade mostly in gold.
Okay, well, what do you do now?
Well, now we just sell a lot of tea, and since the 1800s to present day, we've contributed heavily to charity, including an ethical source program that we still run today.
Well, that's nice.
Yes, we've been trying to make up for a few things. Even our website notes, we're very sorry.
Hey, Hyundai, I drive one of your cars and I love it. You don't make anything weird, do you?
Not really, just a lot of factory automation and war stuff.
What was the second part?
We may have made, like, heavy artillery. You see this tank? We made the gun for it. We also make mortars, and we've been licensed to produce just, like, so many weapons.
And there it is.
Oh, I forgot to mention, we're also developing our remote control weapon system.
Well, at least none of that sounds like Skynet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It can target up to 50 enemies at once. Plus, it comes with an easy-to-use joystick. We also made an automatic version to defend nuclear power plants. It just shoots down drones with grenade launchers.
Why did you do this?
Well, because we're Korean and we already dominated video games, so now we're just dropping our players into IRL lobbies, baby.
All right, Ford, I rented one of your cars. You're not responsible for, like, unspeakable evils, are you? Other than the fact, of course, your founder was a closet, you know.
Oh my gosh, Henry Ford was gay?
No, he supported the Germans during the 30s and the early 40s.
Oh, yeah, he was not in the closet about that at all. He was shockingly upfront. He got an award from the Big H Man himself in 1938.
1938? That is way too late.
What? That wasn't even the most recent time we were involved with people dying.
What?
Yeah, have you ever heard of a car called the Pinto? Little tap on the back and it goes boom. And we knew about that as well as the bad fuel system, but we did a cost-benefit analysis and we saw that it would have cost us, like, a lot of money to fix it, but like nearly $100 million less to just let people explode. So, you know, we let people explode.
Do you ever hear yourself say these things out loud?
Yeah, me and the other executives said out loud it was going to be a real bummer when people blew up. And you know what? When people started blowing up, it was a real bummer from the comfort of our private yacht.